Hey, it's Tony Freakin Fonte, and you're watching Inspiration with Tony Freakin Fonte. Okay, well, this is take 3, since I was having technical difficulties, apparently, because the technology was overheating with the sun. So we had to move locations. Tried it twice, just wasn't working. And if you can't tell, I have my business partner, my partner in crime, Kailee, Cray Cray Fonte. Say hi.
Hey.
That was crazy. Okay, anyway.
I know, that's why I'm
so
cray cray.
I want to do a quick video because it's a great story and it included her. So I had to bring her on. Had to wait for her to get out of school for this. So we're going to talk about surrounding yourself with people who raise your energy, who make you feel great. And I'm going to get in. Let me back up for a second. I'm not talking about the feelings that like make you feel worthy, make you feel like you're enough, make you feel like you're small, those types of things, those types of feelings. I'm talking about like your energy, the energy feeling, like you feel great, you feel like they light you up. So that's what I'm talking about. But before we get into the story, and before we get into the life lesson we had yesterday, because we had a life lesson that we learned, and as we always apparently do when we're driving, we have some of our greatest conversations and greatest lessons that we get to talk about in the car. But before we do that, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. You're right there. Hit the little button to get notified. If you find value in these videos, if you find value in what I share and how I'm showing up and serving, then subscribe so you'll know when I go live or when I do a new video or I post a new video. So subscribe. All right, let's get into it. So
Right down below, subscribe.
Actually, it might be above.
Up above or below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified every time my dad uploads a new video.
Boom.
Boom!
Okay.
Nailed that.
All right, so let's talk about a story. I want you to share briefly with everyone here the story you shared with me yesterday about the girl in your class, and share a little bit about what she said.
Okay.
See if you can redo that from earlier. It was so great. The video was so great.
It was so great, and then the technology got overheated and it just shut down.
Yeah, the camera got overheated. But anyway,
Okay.
you do what you gotta do.
So, there's this
Sure.
girl in my class. She's in a couple of my classes. And she has these long nails that are gray, like the long fake nails that you would like glue on. She has her hair always like flipped over to the side, and she always chews gum because she makes it that she thinks it makes her look cool. There we go.
She thinks it makes her look cool, so she's trying to change who she is, how she talks, what she wears, her attitude, all to help to... I can't talk now. You're rubbing off on me. All to... In a facade, in a false sense of thinking that's how she's gonna get people to like her.
Yes.
So she's changing who she is. So
Yes.
she's getting away from who she really is. Okay, and then what did you say to her?
I said...
Did you respond to her on that?
Yes, I
Okay, you
responded
did.
to her. I said, you don't have to do all those things to make people look cool. You can just be you, and people will like you for you.
And what'd she say?
She said, well, that's not true, because if I act like I'm cool, then people will think that I'm cool, so I'll fit in and everybody will like me.
So let's stop there for a second, and I want to say this. When we're being anything except who we are, and this is a good thing about what I do and helping you, because you always know to stay true to who you are, right? Always be you, do what you like, act the way that you are. It's in alignment with who you are. It's not in balance, it's in alignment with who you are. Because when you are in alignment with who you are, you show up more powerfully, you show up more strong, you show up more authentically. And because you're showing up authentically, you attract the right people in your life, and you feel great. Because you find peace, you find happiness. And you're able to build deeply connected, meaningful relationships because you're showing up authentically. People feel that. People feel when you're fake. And guess what? When you are being fake, you're not. When I may say fake, you're not being true to who you really are. You're being who others think you are. You're causing yourself pain and suffering when you are being anything other than who you truly are. And if you don't know who you truly are, I can help with that. But that's a different story because that's what I do. But you are causing pain and suffering because you're trying to please other people. You are looking outside of yourself for happiness, for peace, for fulfillment, for significance. And when you look anywhere other than inside you, you are inviting misery. You are inviting pain and suffering and a lifetime of suffering. And you know what? That's your journey if that's what you want to do. But it is misery. I've lived there for years trying to please others because I wanted people to be like me. Her problem, and I should say her problem, her challenge is that she wants to be accepted because she does not feel accepted on the inside. She wants to be loved because she does not feel loved on the inside. And she wants to feel connected because she doesn't feel connected on the inside. That is your friend. Or the girl that's in your class.
She's not really my friend because she doesn't make me feel good, so I don't hang around her.
And I want to get into the feeling good part. So I was telling Kailee, and I said, how did she make you feel being around her? And go ahead. You said she didn't make you feel good, but
I said it doesn't make me feel good at all.
It made you feel kind of right? It drained you?
Yeah. Drains my energy.
And when I say the way you feel, again, I'm not saying that they make you feel insecure, they make you feel unworthy, they make you feel small, or any other negative emotion. I'm talking, because no one, let me step back for a second, no one can make you feel any certain way without you allowing them to. What I'm talking about is your energy, the way you show up, how you show up with your energy, you feel. Do they light you on fire, or do they take away and dim your light? Have you ever been around people, you're like, man, I just love being around that person, and they just have this energy about them, and it's so contagious, this happiness, this joy, this excitement, and I love the energy, and I can't totally explain it, but I feel better being around that person, and I love it. Maybe you're that person. That's what I'm talking about, the energy. You need to surround yourself with people who light you up, who light you on fire. And those that dim your light, there's a few options you have to do. One, you can try to help, like you did, and really help lift them up. And if they don't, it's their journey. It's not your responsibility to take on what they need to do, their journey. It's not your responsibility. You can guide them. Two, you limit the exposure you have with them because they are draining you. And then what you do is you got to do a lot of self-care to help raise your energy back to the level that you're at and continue to work on raising your level. Because when you are around other people and you are conscious and you are working on you and you're raising your energy, you're raising your vibration and how you show up in the world, it's going to affect people positively. It automatically raises theirs, and it makes them uncomfortable. If they're in a negative state of being, it's going to make them uncomfortable, and they won't know it because it's all unconscious. And that's for another video too. I don't want to go too long on that. But do they light you up? Do these people light you up? Surround yourself with people who light you on fire, who encourage you, who support your energy, who have maybe some of them are a little bit further ahead than you, that can continue to pour into you, encourage you. I have a group of people that pour into me that are a little further than I am, and they raise my energy and they support my energy as I continue doing the work that I'm doing. Or the third is if they're toxic enough, you have to remove yourself from the situation altogether because you can't afford it. You can't afford to have your energy drained. You're too important. You have a unique ability that you need to share with the world. A gift that only you can share with the world. And it requires you to have a higher energy, a higher vibration to show up the way you need to. So you can coach them, help them, guide them, but if they have to be receptive to it, you can limit your exposure to them, especially if it's family, or you just remove them from your life altogether because you can't afford it, even if it's family. And yes, I have done that with family who are toxic. And guess what? I've been that toxic guy before too, so I understand that. I absolutely understand it. This is why it's important that I do not allow any of that energy to drain me. And if I am in a way, because you know what, I'm around people all day long, you're going to be around people who are just in a bad place. They have a lot of suffering. They're maybe not toxic in general, but they're draining. When I'm working with clients, when I start working with them, they have a lower energy, and I am walking them through and raising their energy. And those that drain, I'm not talking this in a negative way, they're draining my energy in this negative format, this negative way, that it's like, oh, they're so draining. But when I'm working with them, I got to recoup. I have to rebuild myself up. So I got to practice self-care. So the moral of the story, how would you sum it up? Give the peeps a little taste of Cray Fonte.
The moral of the story?
The moral of the story. How would you sum it up?
Don't change who you are. Be you.
Be you, and then what about energy? Always stay true to who you are. Be real. Be authentic, because people will acknowledge that, and they will be attracted to that. You don't need to be anybody else, because you're going to attract fake people, and that's not good for you. But what about your energy? Surround yourself with people who...
Surround yourself with people who make you feel good and raise your energy.
Yeah, raise your energy. That's right. Awesome. All right. I want to end this because I don't want to keep it too long, but I do want to say this. As always, and I say this now, today, I actually brought a copy of my book. I actually ran out, but I have this copy here. I'm waiting for my next shipment to come in. New Beginnings. What I want to share about this book: if you feel lost, stuck, alone at the end of your rope, men especially feel alone because they feel they got to do it on themselves and they don't have a tribe or community to work with. If you feel lost, stuck, or alone, you're trying to answer 3 questions. 1, do I matter? 2, am I making a difference? And 3, is there something more to my life than this? And you're trying to answer those questions. This book is the greatest foundation for you. It's a great foundation. It's the foundation of what I used to begin the transformation of transforming my life from the inside out, and really coming from a place of insecurity, a place of anger, a place of bitterness, a place of suffering and pain and abuse and all that other stuff, to a place of finding freedom, peace, and happiness and understanding, and really unleashing my true identity. This is the starting point. I have a lot of tools and a lot of stuff that I use and implement with my clients now, but this is the starting point that I used. If this is a great place for you, do me a favor. I'll put the link below. Gift a copy. Grab a copy. If that is you or you know someone who can benefit from that. And as always, I want you to evaluate your life for a moment. Who in your life is not lighting you up? Who maybe you may need to limit the time that you're around them. Maybe you need to remove, but you can still love them from a distance. And I love it, you over here doing the whole thing. Loving from a distance, or you just need to focus on being intentional about the people who are in your life, in your circle, on the greater scale of things, where they are lighting you up, they are pouring into you, they are really supporting and complementing who you already are and the person you're already being and the energy you're already showing up with. Where in your life do you need to make some adjustments in there? I'd love to hear your feedback on there. Love to know how this video has served you, and as always, share it if you found the value in it and you know someone could benefit from it. All right, so until tomorrow, Tony Freakin Fonte out. Boom. And Kailee, Cray Fonte. Grab the book. I will have a copy below. I have the link to get a copy tomorrow.
Who are these 2 people, huh?
That's me. That's my backside, and that's you. Right there.
My hair looks shorter.
All right. Love y'all.
Whatever.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.